like all of you, make your voices heard. Emails and Twitter and Facebook and phone calls to express your shock and dismay at Komen's initial decision. Today you have really shown that the true power of standing your ground and making your voice out loud and through all the different types of media makes a true difference. I want to thank Chris and Jeff and all the members of Planned Parenthood and all the members of Planned Parenthood who are on the front lines helping women, fighting for families, and getting results. You know, today's news on Komen's decision to reverse their stance is a huge win for women and men and communities across our country. And the women will now be able to get a breast cancer screening that they count on with Planned Parenthood. When I first heard the news about sisters pulling their support from Planned Parenthood, I was shocked. I have stood shoulder to shoulder with so many men and women across this country in one voice, not political, didn't matter where we came from, to fight to make sure that women in this country had breast cancer research and screenings that were so vital to women's health. I was so disappointed, and I think like all of you, really confused about what was happening. And I just felt so shocked. I couldn't believe how fast all of the emails and phone calls, messages I got came from friends and family and neighbors across our state and across the country, from so many people who couldn't believe what they were hearing either. And they were asking me and asking everyone what they could do to reverse this decision. And everybody knew what to do. We stood up and we spoke out, and now we know that decision has been reversed. You know, as Chris said, Planned Parenthood has been a trusted provider of health care for women and for men for a very long time. I have heard so many personal stories, especially this year, as we have seen some of the concerted effort from the right-wing conservatives to take funding away from Planned Parenthood. Men and women who came and told me if it wasn't for Planned Parenthood, I don't know where I would have turned. There were heartfelt stories, and I'm so sorry that Shona can't be here. Her flight was canceled from the Tri-Cities, so we're hoping she'll be here in just a minute. But her story is so typical of so many people I've heard from. In fact, we know that in Washington State, over 31,000 patients depend on Planned Parenthood for breast affairs, over 750,000 nationwide. For the past 5 years, grants to local affiliates of Planned Parenthood have been a very important part of Planned Parenthood's work to prevent breast cancer. In 2011 alone, grants from Komen provided Planned Parenthood with about $650,000 in funding for breast cancer prevention, screening, and education. So it's really clear to me and to women and men across the country that these two organizations have long held the same mission of putting women's health care first. Politics should never come between women and their health care. And I'm so glad that today Komen has done the right thing and reversed their misguided and deeply damaging decision. But I want everybody to know, our fight for women's health care does not end here or today. There are many who continue to put partisan politics ahead of women's health. And we've got to continue to make sure we've got the grassroots support and energy and fight to make sure that this never happens again. And I tell you, we're going to do this.